James, Jessica, have you come here to enter into marriage without coercion, freely and wholeheartedly?
I have.
Are you prepared, as you follow the path of marriage, to love and honor each other as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Are you prepared to accept children lovingly from God and bring them up according to the law of Christ and His church?
I will.
Now I ask you that you would join hands together as you will exchange your vows. I, James.
I, James.
Take you, Jessica.
Take you, Jessica.
To be my wife.
To be my wife.
I promise to be true to you.
I promise to be true to you.
In good times and in bad.
In good times and in bad.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love you.
To love you.
And honor you.
And honor you.
All the days of my life.
All the days of my life.
Change coming. I'm feeling a change coming. Right here, I'm feeling a change. I'm feeling a change all around me. No doubt, I'm feeling a change. I'm feeling a change running down me. Now, there's change coming.
Hi everyone, my name's Amanda. I'm Jessica's sister. We are out here and Socrates is definitely not ready for us. It's crazy to think Jess is getting married. Honestly, it feels like yesterday from Adventures in the City, The Crunchy House, Baba and Lala's, Wildwood, Watch the Tram Car Please, Wurtsboro, swimming in the contaminated lake at Wurtsboro, watching Kathy jump off the dock, and going for a joyride in Derwin's Jeep singing Wurtsboro Girl. These are memories I'll never forget, and it's time for you and Jim to start your own. Jim, I'm glad Jessica has found her soulmate. Watching the two of you together and how happy you both make each other is something truly amazing.
From the side of the stage, I hope by now you've learned your place round here. And how many pages have gone to waste that you once held dear? And how could I be wrong with so many damn songs I wish you'd hear, baby? You say, boy, you should know better than to have ever let anyone near. But wanna find my way to dance if they tie my feet. Wanna find my way to dance if they tie my feet.
I, Jessica,
Take you, James.
take you, James,
To be my husband.
to be my husband.
I promise to be true to you.
I promise to be true to you
In good times and in bad.
in good times and in bad,
In sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health.
I will love you
I will love you
and honor you
and honor you
all the days of my life.
all the days of my life.
I wanna more like
gonna wing it, but I wrote something down so I didn't ramble. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the big day is finally here, and I know it's hard to believe, but this joke's kind of beaten to death already. This young, fresh, handsome man is turning 34 today. That's right, Jim and Jess decided to hijack my birthday, so they felt bad enough to make me the best man. Thank you. Anyway, the great news is that this is the first birthday party so far in my life with an open bar. But I've had to behave myself so far so I could stand up here and tell you a few PG versions of Jim's wild and unruly youth. Over the years, even though he's younger than me, I've learned so many important lessons from my brother. The first being how much I hated having a roommate. Jim and I shared a room for 14 years, longer than either of us has shared a room with anyone else. Over a period of time like that, you really get to know what kind of morning person you're living with. From an early age, Jim was a creature of the night. He never liked going to bed when he was supposed to. It didn't matter if it was a 6 a.m. wake-up call for school. He'd sneak upstairs all hours of the night and turn on the TV. After 3 or 4 hours of sleep, the wake-up call would come and nobody was safe. I think my sisters Kelly and Mariah had to seek years of professional therapy after the level of name-calling they endured during Jim's rough mornings. And now the glutton for punishment has decided to become a teacher and make a living out of those early mornings. So Jess, I have a word of advice for you. Get the coffee maker synced up with Alexa and stay the hell out of the way. So when Jim told me last year that he was going to propose to Jessica on a trip over to visit Jonna and I, where we live in Cork City, Ireland, I was over the moon excited. From the first time I met her 4 years ago at a party in East Hampton, I knew Jessica was the one for Jim. Older brothers are acutely aware of how capable their younger brother is of screwing anything up, so I'm so glad he didn't drop the ball on this one. How he's found a wife, I'll never know. The next life lesson I learned from my brother is the importance of appreciating literature. In the late 90s, when H.K. Rowling released the Harry Potter series, a superfan was born. A young adolescent Jim could be found at every midnight release of a new book, glued to the couch for the following weeks, reading it on repeat. He hates to admit it, but a quick look back through family photo albums and you'll notice Jim, the spitting image of the young wizard during his formative Potter years, round glasses and all. I think this is probably a point in the night where you're internally thanking me for not doing a slideshow. When Jim was 18, he joined the Navy and proudly served his country. He served in Great Lakes, Illinois, Virginia Beach, and on a 3-year pleasure cruise in the Mediterranean. Just after Jim got his license, he and Nick Vaughn were out cruising around Amherst College when they saw an aggression that could not stand. A United Nations flag hanging in the town center without Old Glory. To have another a banner waving besides Old Glory was too much for these two young red-blooded Americans to bear. So they staged a covert operation in the middle of the night to capture the UN flag and hoist the stars and stripes over Amherst. They made it back home without being caught in the act. However, the Blaney house was no place for stolen property. Mom and Dad sent Nick packing with their tails between their legs back to Amherst to return that flag. Either way, there was heroic intent and Mel Gibson would have been proud. All jokes aside, though, without doubt, the most important lessons that anyone could learn from Jim is bravery, positive attitude, and an unwavering sense of humor, even in the darkest of times. In 2012, I had just moved overseas to the UK, and less than a month after getting there, I received a call from my parents that Jim was in the hospital undergoing tests, which would soon be diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. As family and friends, each of our hearts sank as we learned about the difficult road Jim had ahead of him to get through to recovery and remission. Jim, I've never looked up to someone so proudly as I did to you. Well, you kept everyone around you laughing and smiling as you went through hell. Your positivity was inspiring, and I'll never forget when you told me that one of your least favorite parts of the battle against cancer was when people looked at you with that sad, sappy, feeling bad for you look, and how it was just as terrible as the treatment. I hope you never lose that positivity and character. It truly stands to show the kind of man you are and the father you'll be someday. Jim and Jessica, I'm so happy that you found each other, and I can't wait to see what the future has in store for you. I love you both, so Everyone, please join me in raising a glass to my new sister and real best man in the room, Jim and Jessica Blaney.
Sunrise.